Welcome back to the Jackson Off-Road YouTube channel. Today we're going to be covering the basics of how to shift with a manual clutch on a sport ATV. Whether you're just starting out or want to brush up on your skills, I'm here to help you along the way. I'm going to walk you through each step so you can hit the trails with some confidence. First, let's talk about what the clutch lever does. Clutch lever here on the left side of the handlebar disengages the engine from the transmission, allowing you to shift gears smoothly. When you pull the clutch in, it's like putting the ATV in neutral. So the engine won't transfer the power to the wheels as long as you've got that clutch engaged. Engaging the clutch is as easy as grabbing a hold and pulling that in, just like that. You want to make sure that you fully engage that clutch all the way in. You can use 2 fingers. Some you can use 1 finger, 3 fingers, or if you feel like you need to, for now, just go ahead and get a handful. But it's super easy to manipulate. You can think of engaging the clutch kind of like a dimmer switch on a light. You control the power by squeezing and releasing. So if you completely squeeze in this clutch, you're not going to get any power. But as you let it go, and you find that friction zone, you'll feel it. You'll start to get more and more power until you let all the way out, pushing in the throttle and taking off. We'll get more into that in a second. Before we start moving, we need to find what's called the friction zone. This is where the clutch starts to catch and send power to the wheels. To find it, all you have to do is pull the clutch lever, downshift into first with your left foot, right down here. You see this little lever? Right there. You'll just push down 1. That'll put you into first. And slowly release the clutch until you feel a slight pull. When you start to feel that pull, that's what's called the friction zone. I'll demonstrate that now. Alright. So now, like I said, we'll engage the clutch. Go down 1 into first. And as we slowly begin to release that, you see we're starting to slowly move forward. And I can keep slowly letting out. And without even giving it any throttle, we're moving on down the road. When you're done, you pull the clutch in, apply a little brakes, and bada bing, bada boom, we're stopped. When manipulating the clutch, you just want to make sure that it is a slow, gradual release until you find that friction zone and continue to slowly release. You don't want to find it, dump it, and by dump it, I mean you're there and then letting it go. That could cause a potential stall. A stall is going to cause the engine to completely shut off. Once you've found that friction zone in the clutch, you're going to go ahead and go over to the right side and add a little bit of throttle. You don't need a whole lot, just a little bit will do. It'll take you a long way. Slow and easy in this wins you the race. So don't get in a hurry and start dumping the clutch. It's all about balancing the clutch release and adding a little throttle. Slowly ease off the clutch while gently rolling onto the throttle until you start to move forward. As you can see, if you do it slow enough, you will just start to propel forward on flat ground. So just like before, I'll do the slow, gradual release. You'll see that now we're starting to move. I continue to slowly let out, and now we're going down the road. And as we go down the road, if I need power, add a little throttle. You don't need a lot. Just keep it smooth. And when you're coming to a stop, you just pull that clutch in to disengage the gearbox, and it's just like being in neutral. Alright, now that we know how to get moving, let's talk a little bit about shifting into a higher gear. Once you've gained a little bit of speed, pull the clutch back, roll off the throttle, just let off a little bit, and use your left foot to lift the shifter up into second gear. That same shifter on the left side that you went down for first, you're going to go up a full click into second. Don't rush it. Slow and steady wins the race here. So just make sure you get it into second, and then do the same slow, methodical release of the clutch while also rolling onto the throttle. Now you know how to get rolling, but how about stopping? So when you're ready to slow down, it's time to downshift. Roll off the throttle the same way you would if you were going to upshift. Pull in the clutch and press down on the shifter to go to a lower gear. This will give you more control and help you slow down more naturally. Don't forget to ease off the clutch as you go down, just like when shifting up. This will give you a little bit of engine braking. You're still going to want to manipulate your brakes if you need to. However, you can use this to come to a complete stop if you time it good enough. Now that we've got the basics down, I'm going to demonstrate all of it in its entirety for you. All right? Pull in that clutch. Start the quad. See my foot? Go down into first gear. I'm going to do my best to get this all on camera. You're going to slowly let out of that clutch. It's going to hit that friction zone. You can see I'm giving it a little bit of throttle. It doesn't need a whole lot. And we're going to get going. We'll say this is the time now. I want to shift up. I'm going to pull that clutch in. Shift up with your left foot. Slowly release the clutch and give it a little throttle. Coming to this stop sign, pull the clutch in, downshift to first, and you can see and hear the RPMs rise. Go completely around the block. Pull the clutch in, upshift to second, slowly release. Pull the clutch in, upshift to third, slowly release, and roll on the throttle. Coming up here to this stop sign, pull the clutch in, downshift to second. Pull the clutch in, downshift to first. Slowly take off. Shift. Yeah. So we're in second. Go into third, pull the clutch in, shift up to third, slowly let out, roll on the throttle. You can see it's repetitive motion. You're just doing the same thing over and over. Go into fourth, slow. Nice and easy. None of this needs to be done in a hurry. You can take your time. Slow and steady will get you going. And if you stall, don't worry about it. Just pull the clutch in, start the machine back up, and try again. We're going to go down. And I'll show you can go down multiple gears here. Neighbor flagged me down. He was wanting to check out the YFZ. He said his wife saw me ride it by and thought, man, we need one of those. That looks like he's having fun. So back to it. Say I want to go down multiple gears. Hold the clutch in, go all the way down. I'm back into first from third. You can hear that engine rev back up. Shift into second. Shift into third. Shift into fourth. Now I'm going to go from fourth back down to first. Just click it 3 times all the way back down and slowly let out. Engine RPMs will rise and it'll slow you down. I'm coming to a stop with no brakes. Get back into the garage here. So in conclusion here, I'll give you a couple little tips and tricks. Practice finding that friction zone like we talked about. It's all about feel, so spend some time with it. Don't think you're going to pick it up just right away, and if you do, that's awesome. But it may take a little work. Be gentle with the throttle. Too much gas can make you lurch forward, put you into a wheelie, might even flip you over. And too little might cause a stall we talked about. Last, don't panic if you stall. Just pull the clutch in, start the engine, try again. Not going to hurt anything. So don't get frustrated. Stay patient with it. Rome wasn't built in a day. Super simple concept. Walk through it one more time. So what you're going to do, you're going to pull this clutch in. When you pull that clutch in with your left hand, your left foot's going to be down here going down into first. You're going to slowly let out of the clutch till you find that friction zone. Once you do, the four-wheeler is going to start moving forward. You're going to give it a little bit of gas, and it's going to take off. You just slowly release that clutch. Then once you're ready to switch up into second gear, you pull the clutch in, simultaneously letting out of the throttle. Your left foot is then going to go up one click into second gear, coming back up to the throttle. The clutch. You're going to slowly release that clutch, simultaneously adding a little bit of throttle, just rolling on it. And you're going to do the same thing throughout all 5 gears. Whenever you go to start downshifting, you'll pull this clutch in the same way you did whenever you were upshifting. But instead of pulling up on this lever, you're going to go down 1 click for 1 gear, 2 clicks for 2 gear, 3 clicks for 3 gears, all the way till you get down to first. To get back into neutral, you go all the way down to first, which at the most is going to be 4 clicks. And then you're going to go half a click up. So just a little nudge. Just like that. And you can feel it through your boots and your shoes, so long as they're not super, super thick. You'll know when you're in gear. All right, that's it. With these tips, you should have a good foundation for using the clutch and shifting your sport ATV. Practice makes perfect. Rome wasn't built in a day, as I said, so take your time and just enjoy the ride. Thanks for watching. If this helped you out, make sure to leave a like, hit that sub button, and turn the notification bell on for more off-roading tips and tricks. Until then, I'll catch you on the next ride. Peace.